In 2018, Harvard economist Kenneth Rogoff made a bold prediction. Bitcoin would never reach $100,000 and would be more likely to reach $100. 7 years later, Bitcoin has now reached new all-time highs over 125,000K, and he is eating his words. Rogoff is the former chief economist of the IMF. He recently tweeted that over a decade ago, he was the Harvard economist that said Bitcoin was more likely to hit $100. What did he miss? And he admits to these three critical points. First, his predictions about regulations of the cryptocurrencies and markets were completely off. Instead of governments cracking down on Bitcoin, regulations actually turned out favoring it. The Trump administration passed legislation such as the Genius Act and the SEC finally approving Bitcoin ETFs. Second, he underestimated Bitcoin's role in the global retail economy. Network adoptions of Bitcoin culturally and technologically, along with cross-border transfers, created a steady demand which continued on its legacy within the culture. Thirdly, he did not anticipate political conflicts of interest. Regulators and politicians now openly hold significant amounts of Bitcoin, even President Trump himself, therefore leaning more towards a future with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin community reaction has been swift and brutal. A lot of people calling out his lack of imagination of the possibility of a decentralized project being able to scale and work at a global scale. And the most ironic thing here is Harvard themselves, the endowment, buying $116 million worth of Bitcoin, being one of their largest positions. I think this whole ordeal shows that even the smartest minds can be wrong about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin doesn't just survive the traditional models, but actually breaks it. And that's why it's so hard for some people to understand it.